Hi, this is Allie Berger, and today in this video, I will be talking about two families from diverse cultures, the Gomez family and the Ricci family. Let's begin with the Gomez family and how I would differentiate their parent-teacher conferences to meet their needs and to create a more inclusive environment. So the Gomez family. We have Katie Gomez. She's 8 years old. She's my student. We have Michelle Gomez, the mother, Eduardo Gomez, the father. I've met with this family once about 3 months ago. They're very kind, very warm, very sweet. They are English language learners. They are native Spanish speakers and moved from Puerto Rico almost 2 years ago. I think it's important to schedule for an interpreter to join in on the conference so that there is no misunderstandings or miscommunication on either side. All questions can be answered in a time-efficient manner. Ask how they're doing, ask questions about them and their how they're adjusting, if they need any support, like emotional support, resources, or provide them with resources. I just looked up Puerto Rican social practices, and some of these include art, music, festivals as their traditions. Ask about that. Show your interest by having a smile on your face, asking questions, using facial expressions and gestures to communicate non-verbally or portray concepts. Use visual aids. These can be Katie's drawings, art projects, photographs, and additional aids to further portray any discussed concepts. Speak directly to the family. Make direct eye contact. Be respectful, polite. Instead of, yes, talk to the interpreter, of course, but you're talking to the family. The interpreter is there to translate what you're saying to their language. So speak to them. Give them time to respond and soak in any information about Katie or anything discussed. Give them enough time to soak that in, reflect on it, and then respond effectively. Avoid jargon or overcomplicated vocabulary as well as slang because, yes, the interpreter may be from the United States, sure, but they may be from, let's say, California or like Seattle, and they may use total different slang and not understand Florida slang. Avoid that completely. Use simple, understandable terms when communicating with the Gomez family and really any English language family and really any family during a parent-teacher conference. You kind of want to avoid slang altogether. Be professional. Show that you care. Show that you remember the last conference that you had with them or their last meeting. Bring up discuss points of communication from the last conference into this one. Ask about their family. Ask about that recent movie Katie brought up in class. Be warm, be welcoming. And I believe this is incredibly important. Begin the conference discussing Katie's accomplishments and achievements and end on a similar note. Do not introduce them to the meeting by talking about Katie's weaknesses, and do not end the meeting that way, because I believe this is important for all the parent-teacher conferences, but especially English language learner, multicultural conferences. It can leave especially bad taste in their mouth, because if one, they're not native English speakers, there may be, let's say, miscommunication, and it begins on a negative note and ends on a negative note. That's just not good. Okay, and that is the Gomez family. The Ricci family. The Ricci family moved to Florida 1 year ago, but they recently joined my class only a month ago. So the Ricci family moved from Italy 1 year ago. We have Gio Ricci, he's the son. He's also 8 years old. He's my student. Christopher Ricci is the father, and Gina Ricci, the mother. They moved from Italy 1 year ago. They're also English language learners, Italian native speakers. Again, arrange for an interpreter to join the conference. Begin by expressively discussing Gio's accomplishments. When I was looking into Italian cultural practices, they are very sociable, expressive, talkative. Be warm, be welcoming, embrace them. Be professional, be respectful, and show that you care about not just their child, but them as well, their whole family dynamic, and that you really care for their child's education. Ask questions about them, how they're doing, adjusting with the move. Do not make any assumptions, again, as well as the Gomez family. Do not use stereotypes. Do not make any assumptions about their culture, nothing. Ask questions in order to clarify any misunderstanding on your side. Speak directly to them. Make direct eye contact. Use gestures and facial expressions to communicate. Provide parents with Gio's work in their native language and in English so that they can translate and understand. Use visual aids again. This can be incredibly helpful to portray any concepts discussed. Ask questions, don't assume anything. Avoid jargon, overused jargon, overcomplicated jargon, vocabulary. Use simple terms. When I was looking into both of these cultures, just briefly a little bit, Puerto Rican and Italian, even these families, they're only two families of millions from that area, those areas. And yes, they're from very different geographic regions, but when I was looking into them, they're both very warm, passionate, talkative, loving. They want to see that you care and show that. And I think that's so important. Show that your heart is there. And the interpreter can help it when they are there speaking, translating, but show with your eyes, with your heart, that you really care for their child and want the best for them and their education, and that you're there for them. And I believe that's very important. And I think that's it. Thank you for listening.